Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is January 8th, 2025. It is a Wednesday. Wednesday. There's Laurel and Jacqueline. Jacqueline's been to the she was here before, way before she started up. Jacqueline says, "Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. How's everyone tonight? Hope you're feeling better, John." Laurel says, "Good evening. Looking good. Sounds good. Good. How am I feeling? Well, I've been better, been worse, been better, been worse. Yesterday was bad. I overworked the machine. I used the TENS device. I overworked the day before. So, I got up and felt like somebody kicked me in the ass. My left glute was hurting something fierce. I'm like, I'll bet you this is overuse. So I put some BioFreeze on it and an ice pack, and sure as shit, that's what it was. It was just, I just overused it. I just overstimulated it the day before. So you got to find the right spot. Where you need to use it, how you need to use it, how often you need to use it. And I overdid it. I was like a kid in a candy store. I was going good, and it was just too much. So yesterday I didn't use it. I don't think I used it much. I used it a little bit in the afternoon. And then today I haven't used it at all. I used it in the evening. I wore it to bed, and then I disconnected before I went to sleep. Today I didn't use it at all. Just medicine, ice, and try to keep my mobility up. Laurel says you have to find the sweet spot. You'll get it figured out. Yeah, I just got it. Gus got one too. Different kind. But Jacqueline says they do use them as passive exercise. Intense makes sore muscles. Yeah. I'd said before that Bruce Lee used it for his chest and his abdomen, so he could get on with work in the daytime and do stuff, and he just pounded the hell out of it with these devices. So yeah. Watching the folks come in. They're starting to come in. Let me start with January 6th horse shit. I didn't post about it this year. I watched the left lose their freaking mind. You got Sonny Hoskins and some other folks this is January. No, we don't need to get on with it. We don't need to get past it. We need to remember it, because this was on par with get this, World War II, the Holocaust, chattel slavery, Pearl Harbor, hell, right on up there. She didn't mention that the Black Lives Matter protests for 2 years that burned down multiple cities. Nah, that wasn't anything. January 6th, it took all of about 5 hours. Had a couple broken windows, couple bruised officers. No police officer was killed. They're still saying 5 officers were killed. That's what 5 officers. No, wasn't a single officer killed. The only person that was killed was Ashley Babbitt. There was another person that looked like they might have died from a drug overdose. But Ashley Babbitt was the only person that was actually killed that day at the protest. And they're still, because they can't even get done with slavery. They can't. Nothing can be done from the left. Can't get past it. Even keep bringing up Jim Crow and shit. That shit was Democrat stuff, right? The same people that you folks are in bed with, it's all from them. It wasn't the Republicans. But they can't let it go. DOJ isn't going to let shit go. They just announced that there's 200 more cases that they're getting ready to indict. 200 more people. I think it was 60 of them involved, assault on officers. So what did the other, 140 involve? Bullshit is what it involved. This shit can't get cleared up any faster. Can you imagine? They're not looking out for all the people that burned down cities. They've already passed that. They didn't. Washington, D.C., the year before January 6th was literally on fire. On fire. From protests from the left. On fire. You don't hear a peep on that. Couple broken windows and a couple scuffles. That's it. Are you kidding me? Stop it. On par with Pearl Harbor, World War II, the Holocaust. She invoked the Holocaust. Are you kidding me? Stop it. No, it wasn't. The Holocaust. It's all a bunch of hornswoggle. And then Sicknick's brother got out in front of the Capitol and said, "Oh, we need to stop Donald Trump from taking office." Blah blah blah. Article 14. The Article 14 doesn't even deal with the president. Doesn't even deal with him. But even if it did, you have to charge and convict him. You just can't go, "I think that he was an insurrectionist. We're going to prevent him from taking office because the Constitution says over here that we can do so." Again, that's just saying whether it doesn't cover the president, but let's say it did. Well, you cannot roll that out until the person has been charged and convicted. Just like any other crime. A claim, there hasn't even been a freaking indictment. A simple claim is not enough to invoke anything within the Constitution. A claim? No, there must be an indictment, a charges filed, indictment, charges filed, an arrest, a booking, a trial, and a conviction. The left haven't done a damn one of those things. But no, they don't want to let it go. Of course not. They don't let anything go. Even shit that they did, and they want to blame on other people. Crazy. Craziness. You can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Still letting folks slide on into the show. People are fucking morons. I'm just dealing with this dude. Idiots. Somebody says, honestly, we need to get off this platform, Facebook. It's no good. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Now, here you go. This is why I say it. I said many of us are here because there is no viable alternatives yet. I have tried other platforms mirroring my content there. Not viable. So some guy says, haven't seen any social media outlets that are not worse hot mess than this place. I said, it's not about worse. It's about reach and participation. I tried to say that shit all the time. Man, years ago, I've been trying this shit for years because Facebook's been throttling me for a decade. And people go, yeah, go here. Yeah, you'll love it there. People will love your content there. I go there, mirror all my content, 19 people. It ain't worth mirroring for 19 people after 3 fucking years. 19 people. The biggest place that I get traffic, and that's virtually none, is MeWe. I got like 260 people there. And I pay to put my content there. So I'm paying for 260 people to follow my content on MeWe. I got 10,500 people following me on Facebook. And Facebook has finally started paying me. Not a lot, but they're starting to pay me. Right. So all these yahoos out there that says, we just need to, why the fuck are you on Facebook? See, that's the shit that pisses me off. Why? Do not post on my shit saying we need to be off Facebook when you are on Facebook posting on my shit. You're just proving me right. Stop it. Stop it. We're on Facebook because there's no viable alternative. There is not another social media platform that does what Facebook does, that gives the reach, even with all the problems that Facebook has. None of them do it. None of them. And I've worked my ass off to get what little following I have, while being throttled at the same time, while being punished at the same time. You think I'm just going to jump to another? You don't think, how about this? You don't think I'd be on other platforms and ditch Facebook if I couldn't do it? If it was a viable thing to do, you can't do it. You come up with a viable solution to Facebook. See, the same thing with YouTube. Oh, you need to get off YouTube. Well, that's where everybody is. Well, how about Rumble? Ain't nobody on Rumble. Started out pretty good, but their back end sucks. Otherwise, and their reach sucks. Otherwise, I've got a Rumble account. I tested it out. Wasn't getting you shit for traffic. So, again, people can say what they want to. YouTube used to be Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are the places you have to have stuff. Now, I won't go on X. It was a cesspool. It has not convinced me that it's still not a cesspool, and I'm tired of dealing with knuckleheads. I have enough shit to deal with Facebook. So that's why we're all on Facebook. I mean, folks can say it again. It just chaps my ass. Oh, there's none out there worse than Facebook. You're right. MeWe is really good. MeWe is really good. Ain't giving me a lick of problems. Ain't a single problem that I've had on MeWe. Not a one. Well, I had a knucklehead, but not from MeWe. Not a single problem. And I mirror my content there. Not a single problem. But virtually no action. And I pay them every month to have the account. So it's like, yeah, no problems, but no reach. My most commented commentary and posts there might get maybe 4 comments. Most of them get 0, couple emojis, that's it. It's the same damn content. And some of the same people follow me in both platforms. So people out there who have a personal account and they can just hop from platform to platform that they want and get what they want, ain't putting their money where their mouth is, and they're not trying to reach people. They're just browsing whatever comes up, and they've got accounts everywhere. But they're not putting out content. Again, you come up with a platform that is on par with Facebook. And if you can get me 1,000 followers within a week, 1,000 genuine followers, I'll go. Ain't happening. Been on MeWe for years. Got 260 or some shit like that. Let's see how many. Let's see. You know me. I don't like just talking out my ass here. Let's find out. MeWe. Oh, okay. I misspoke. I'm up at 320 now. I've got 320 followers. I got 7 emojis on one content, 7 emojis on another. Again, no comments. 3 emojis on one, no comment. 7 emojis on another, no comments. 7 emojis on another, 1 share, first share, no comment. 5 emojis on another, no comment. 4 emojis, no share, no You see how it goes? you see how it goes? So people tell me, look, if you were a purveyor of social media content, shut the fuck up. When you when you are creating content for the masses and you want to reach people and you want to see what's a viable platform or not, then you can talk. Until then, stop it. Stop it. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's like people trying to tell me they don't put out content and they're going to tell me about the algorithms and why things hit the feeds. Really? Really? I've been doing this shit for a decade on Facebook, and I've been monitoring the whole 9 yards and what works and what doesn't work and why things are placed and why things aren't. You don't even have the first idea. Not the first idea. You're going to tell me. You're going to tell me what? Yeah, shit's showing up in your feed because you interact with it. And it's like, I don't interact with a goddamn Native American page or content at all. And it's flooding my feed on Facebook. I block it. I don't go to the page. I don't interact with the page. I don't look at what people are saying about it. I look at what's on it because it hit my feed. I know it's bullshit. I block the page, yet they're still flooding. And before that, it was out of Africa. It was Africans built and made everything. Chinese were African. The Romans were African. The Vikings were African. Native Americans were African. Everybody was fucking African. That shit was there before. And again, I didn't interact with any of that. So you tell me about algorithms and what's hitting my feed in accordance with what I am interested in interacting with. There's more to it than that. More to it than that. When 96% of the stuff that hits my feed is left and I'm clearly from the right and I only view generally things that that interest me, which will be from the right on Facebook, you tell me why it's flooding my feed. Oh, it's the algorithms and it's just feeding me what I want. No, it's not. No, it's not. So again, people think they get a good beat on things. Look, I watch the back end all the time on my account. What's going? What's not going? What's getting the most views? What Facebook is pushing and what they're not pushing. I told you, it's the same way. Why do I put up current event shit that normally is out of my wheelhouse because I could give two shits about it? Because I know that's what's trending. You post up every once in a while something that's trending, Facebook will throw it out there because it's trending. It ain't trending with me. It ain't trending with those who follow my content, but it's trending on Facebook. It's either because people want to see it or it's because Facebook is pushing it. Tonight's coffee, caramel macchiato, New England brand. Caramel macchiato. You get me fired up. I wasn't fired up before the show. But that feller's post kind of put a burr in the saddle. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Doesn't know. But there you have it. What else we got going on? Let's go back and what I said. Show today. I posted up a meme I made. Let's post this up here. There we go. Has two fellers here. One on the left says, "Did you hear that Costner made what some are calling an epic western? Horizon or some such." The guy on the right says, I seen some of it. Looked more like an epic pile of bear droppings to me. You know who those two fellers are? Anybody know where that's taken from? This picture. Good coffee. I shall call you Caleb. I've always liked Caleb. I got a grandson named Caleb, by the way. That's a line from the last part's mine. The first two is from where this is taken from. I shall call you Caleb. I've always liked Caleb. One of my middle daughters, one of her oldest son is Caleb. Caleb. Y'all getting this? Somebody type up something. Y'all know where this came from? Where I made this meme from? So if it's got a line, and John saying it's probably a movie. It is a movie. It is a movie. One of my favorites out there. Laurel says don't know. Jeremiah Johnson. Comes from the movie Jeremiah Johnson. Now that's a classic. This Horizons and an American Story or whatever, American horse shit, where every character is a meme. Horrible lines, horrible acting, horrible pace, horrible jumps from one thing to another. Too many storylines going on. It's complete. I'd say it's a steaming pile, but it's not even steaming. The steam left long before it even hit the screen. It is dried and crumbling. Road apples. But I went and I looked at more reviews on YouTube today. Same thing. Reviewers saying it's great. All the comments, not a single negative. How can that have not a single? How many? I don't even. How could you have all them reviews and I couldn't find a single negative one? Jacqueline says, so you recommend it if you want to sleep. It's a good background noise. Yeah, turn it on, go to sleep. Ain't worth watching. Horrible. Unbelievable dialogue. Weak lines. Weak actions. You go, nobody would act like that. That's stupid. They're cartoon characters. It's cartoon characters. Kevin Costner fell for the hype. He is, I'll say it. I've enjoyed many a Kevin Costner movie for what they are, not for what they're not. He is one of the most overrated actors out there. Can't act to save his life. Cannot act out of a wet paper bag. He thinks he's got the corner of the market of the few words stoic character. That's all he can do, but then he half-assed it. If it wasn't for the rest of the crew, loved him in Open Range, but he didn't carry the movie. Loved him in I loved The Postman. Horrible movie. Loved The Postman. It's good entertainment for what it was. Waterworld got panned. I like Waterworld. Waterworld's one of my guilty pleasures. It is so bad, it's good to watch. I like Waterworld. These are all Kevin Costner movies. Field of Dreams, horrible movie. It's not a good movie. He doesn't act good in it. He acts like a stupid young Kevin Costner before he got all stoic. If it wasn't for the rest of the cast, again, these movies are successes, the same way Dances with Wolves. He didn't do stellar acting in that. The movie was great. They could have replaced him with damn near anybody. He didn't make the movie. He did okay. I enjoy watching it. He ain't a Denzel Washington. Now that man can act. Kevin Costner, one of the most overrated actors out there. Kevin Costner is the stoic man's actor, just like who's the guy? Another way overrated actor. Plays himself in every fucking movie. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. He had a couple movies were good when he was starting out, when he was spreading, but then he just played Johnny Depp in every freaking movie. That's not range. Oh, Johnny Depp as a drunk Indian. Johnny Depp as a drunk pirate. Oh, Johnny Depp as a drunk, mentally retarded guy. Johnny Depp is like, who's another one that just plays themselves? The comedian. And he can act. I've seen him in stuff. He can act. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. Played Jim Carrey in all of his movies except for a couple. And the movies that he didn't play himself, they're damn good movies. They're damn good movies. Everything else is Jim Carrey, playing Jim Carrey. Again, one of the most, another, he could have been a great, but he's just overrated. Okay, if you want Jim Carrey, you get Jim Carrey. If you want Johnny Depp, you get Johnny Depp. You know, what character is the character Johnny, then you get Johnny Depp. Well, that's not acting range. I get typecasting, that's fine, but at least be good at it. De Niro was halfway decent. He got typecast. He was halfway decent. Good actor. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being typecasted, but at least, be good. Kevin Costner? Really? No. Unbelievable. I forget which one he played in, Tombstone or Wyatt Earp. Tombstone, I think. Yeah, Wyatt Earp, I think, was the other feller, the one that was Goldie Hawn's hubby, right? Or am I getting him flipped around? But I don't necessarily believe most of his characters. Yellowstone? Oh, horrific acting. Clear your throat, fucking Kevin. You're not Gunny Highway. So clear your throat. Horrible. What, you can only play one type of character and you got to be the stoic badass guy that hasn't really shown that he's ever done anything badass in his life, but you're supposed to just, that's who Kevin plays. I get it, but yeah, not my thing. It's not my thing. Yeah, so if you want to fall asleep, if you want some background, if you want background noise that you're not worried about missing something, throw on Horizon. You'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. It'll work. It'll put you to sleep. Horrible movie. It looks like a made-for-TV movie. It's supposed to be an epic. It's supposed to be like Dances with Wolves, with sweeping shots, and hell, half the shots, they're weird. I'm like, why the fuck are they doing that camera angle? They're in the army post, right? They're in the army post, and they choose a shot that looks like a 4-year-old sitting on the floor would be viewing this. Why are they doing that? It's an actual distraction, because you're like, why am I looking at this from the floor? The guy's sitting behind a desk, and you can just see the edge of the desk, and it's kind of blurry, and he's sitting behind it, and he's talking to two fellers one is standing and one is sitting in a chair. And the camera angle is down here on the floor. It's like, why am I seeing it from there? There's another shot. They're trying to be artistic. Jacqueline says sarcasm. Yeah, no. Oh my goodness. There's another thing. He's shooting a guy. Kevin Costner is shooting a guy that's behind a water trough. Water trough. And the camera angle, they're showing him through the reflection of the water. But it wasn't one of those natural shots. It was clearly, you're trying to be artistic. And it was distracting. You know what I mean? A shot you shouldn't go, I see what you're trying to do. If that's the case, you fucked it up. It should come natural and go, oh, that was a good shot. No, it was like, I see what you're trying to do. And the whole movie's full of that shit. They're placing the cameras at weird heights. Watching shit. But not angles that actually add to anything. Not quite like, we're just here with a cell phone and this is what I'm seeing. Not even like that. You can, there's a lot of movies that are done that where they try to make it seem like this is how you would see it. But no, they're not even pulling that off. It's horrible. It is horrible. But one feller posted up on my page, said he liked it. It's like, well, there you go. There's the one that follows my content that actually liked this shit. And then he's like, no, he thought that it was because we live in a society where everybody needs their dopamine hits and shit. And it's not just the pacing. The whole thing sucks. It's not just the pacing. I've watched slow movies before. Hell, Centennial is not paced fast, but it gives you backstories. It gives you reasons to care about the people. It gives you vistic views. It's slow. Have you all seen Centennial, the series? Have you seen that one? Who here's seen Centennial? Freaking classic. I try to get it every 2 or 3 years. I try to watch the whole series. It's called Centennial because it's 100 years. It's 100 years of this story. So yeah, it's pretty slow paced. Starts in the early expansionist times and the French trappers and traders and the move to Jacqueline says nope, no TV. Well, you might be able to get it online now. There's a lot of stuff that you can get online. You might even get it on YouTube for free. Look into it. Centennial. Anybody else? Anybody else see Centennial? When was that done? Was that in the mid-70s? When was Centennial made? Centennial, the series. When was that made? First episode date was October 1st, 1978. So, yeah. 1978 to 79 is when the whole miniseries came out. Starts at the end of the 1700s. French-Canadian trapper travels to the Rockies. Yeah, I said that. Excuse me. And then you follow these characters and storylines. Yeah, it had great cast too. Oh my goodness. Let's get out of here. Who was the cast? Robert Conrad, Richard Chamberlain, Raymond Burr, Andy Griffith, Lynn Redgrave. The cast was just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Anybody else? Anybody else here see Centennial? Everybody's quiet. And we got some folks out there watching. Some probably popped in and said, "Holy shit, this guy's on fire. I'm going to leave. No, just the whole Facebook thing, and then people try. It's like, you're here after all of this mess. Why don't you just hush? Laurel says, I didn't, but now I'm going to have to find it. Oh yeah, find it. Gets a recommendation from the Cowboy. And I'm tough. I'm tough. So yeah, John is pretty tough on shit. Yes, Centennial is a good watch. They tell you the backstory. Have you seen Laurel? Have you seen Jeremiah Johnson? There's another one. Anybody see that movie, Jeremiah Johnson? Robert Redford. Jeremiah Johnson. They got a whole song. It was back in those days. Laura says, I know I have. It's very Jeremiah Johnson-esque, except for it came out before. When did Jeremiah Johnson come out? That had to come out in the mid-'80s? Jeremiah Johnson. Oh, shit, that was earlier. No, that came out in 72. So Jeremiah Johnson came out before Centennial. Wow. But that was Jeremiah Johnson was an actual movie. You can sort of tell that Centennial was made for TV. It's a series. Quality's not quite as good, but it's the same feel. Gus says your meme today. Which one? I posted up a couple of them. Are you talking about my let's see here. Yeah, you laughed at it. It's the the Jeremiah Johnson meme. Jeremiah Johnson talking about Horizon. Yeah, I couldn't resist. I'm like, man, I know what he's trying to do. He's fucking it all up. And Jeremiah Johnson, if you can't do it like Jeremiah Johnson, you leave it alone. Leave it alone. And it's one of my favorite movies. So I'm like, I got to get myself a good Jeremiah Johnson. I was going to just do Jeremiah talking. But then when I saw that picture with it was the old mountain man, he befriends Jeremiah and helps him out and stuff like that. If you've seen the movie, you know who he is. It's like, oh, this is perfect. Because if you've seen the movie and you remember the movie, this is something that they would have said. This is just like the movie. It's just like the movie. But yeah. Oh, what a horrible movie. I'm not even going to watch the other ones. It's not worth my time. I watched it in 3 sessions. I watched an hour and change, then I watched about another hour, and then I watched 20 minutes or something shit like that. Grandpa Walton. Yeah, he's much like Grandpa Walton. He was. Is he the guy that played Grandpa Walton? I don't think he is. He's an awful lot like him, though. An awful lot like him. I don't think it's the same feller. But yeah, it has that feel. Yeah, it's like reading review after review. I'm like, are you people insane? Oh my God. Hey, Gus, how's the wind? Holy crap, we're having another windstorm, and we got another coming tomorrow night. He says maybe not. Yeah, I don't think it is. It's not the same. Has the same feel, though. Has the same feel. Having horrible windstorms this afternoon here in, oh, look at that. Power flicker. Did you see that? Did y'all see that? We may make it. Hey. I don't know what the hell's up with that. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to try to fix this. I can't do it. Yeah, and I keep checking. We'll do this in the dark for a little bit. How do you like that for some mood lighting? How do you like that look? It's a good old rugged. It's easier on my eyes. Yeah, I keep checking all day today. I keep checking that shed. And it's not coming up. But the wind's kind of pushing it. The wind's pushing it like this, but she ain't coming up. So it's like, okay, as long as the wind doesn't take it, we'll be fine. Chicken Run, doing great. It's your light? Yeah, it's my light. Because all my other ones are on. See, this is on. This is my secondary over here on this side. And this is my key light that's going out. I'm going to have to, let me try something here. Hey, Judy. Welcome to the show. Hold on. I'm going to change out this light. Haven't done this in a while. Watch this. Hey, camera off. There we go. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Now I got there. I'm sure you can hear me, but I don't hear me. I forgot to put my ears on. There we go. Hey, I can hear myself now. Yeah, Gus says it's 13, but the wind chill feels like -6. Yeah, it's pretty cold out there. Gals are doing okay. I don't know if the missus closed their door. But if they get in there, they can get in the corner and they'll be fine. I don't know. But yeah, the run is doing good. My beard looking pretty tonight. A little bit. Trim it up. I didn't do anything after the shower today. I didn't do any product, so just as is. Whatever. Good enough. So there we go. Now we get the light back on. That's okay. What were we talking about? Tonight's coffee. Caramel macchiato and New England brand. Yeah, we got another. Tomorrow night's supposed to be bad, too. I'll check everything again before I go to bed tonight. Judy says, oh, my daughter is having a baby boy. Well, congratulations. Glad it's a boy, not a girl. Wouldn't have to throw her in the water. No, just kidding. Oh, goodness. John, you're gonna get all sorts of hate mails. Like, no. I got all daughters but one, so yeah. They ain't got enough water. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations. So how many grandkids this going to make for you there, Judy? Judy sent me pictures of the coasters she made. They're looking nice. I asked her if she wanted to post. I'd make a post for her. She's like, I'm not selling them, and I'm still working things out. So she has 5 boys. Holy shit! Did you sit her down and tell her what causes that? What the hell? we have figured that out now. Holy Toledo. And then they go, John, how many kids you got? Stop it. That doesn't. 10 with it. 10? Yeah, I think I got at least 12. I'd have to count them all. The grandkids, I don't know. I'd have to count. Laurel says, awesome on the little girl. My niece is going to have a boy. Due date 25th of July. Well, congratulations to the new family member there for you, Laurel, too. Yeah, we wanted a girl. She has 5 boys. Yeah, it's time for a girl. It's time for a girl. Laurel, how's baby doing? Baby? What the hell's the dog's name? Baby? Betsy, sweetheart. I don't know. What's the dog's name? I think it's you, Laurel. You got a new dog, right? New pit bull. Sweetie is doing fine. I was in the neighborhood. I tell you, I'm not good with names. If I'm in the neighborhood, I'm good. Bob. I should have just said Bob. How's Bob doing? Sweetie's doing fine. Well, dang it, Gus. How long you been listening? You been hearing me rant about Facebook and foolishness? Goodness gracious! I got the information out to Donna about the TENS unit. I got the information out to Jacqueline about the whiskey as best I could. Jacqueline says, going to be 28 Fahrenheit, Northwest Florida tonight at my house. I'd deal with 28 now. 28 with no wind is good. That'd be good. That's good enough for me right now. Gus got himself a TENS unit. Have you used it yet? Or are you and Sally still mulling over, don't put it on your temples. Don't put one on one temple and the other on the other and just set it up. Just follow the instructions. Laurel says my niece and my sister were really hoping for a girl. Misread yours. Saw a daughter and jumped the gun. Oh. Goodness gracious. Well, good that we have light. That was weird. I thought it was the electricity flickering, but yeah, it was just the key light. That's called a key light, your main light, your key light. Someday I'll be able to replace both this one, my key light, and my fill light. I'll be able to replace them. I want to go digital. I just want digital panels so that I can turn them down. Right now, I've got to do all my light off of the key light because that's my most powerful light, and I can't turn it down. So I go, that's my base, and then I fill in the rest. I'd like to have that, my key light, to what my fill light is, and then my fill light, half of what it is now. It'll look exactly like it looks now, but it's just different light. Gus says I was on in the beginning, but had a cell call, so came in after. Nope, haven't used it yet. No pain lately. You didn't just, I'd be playing around with it anyways. Laurel sent me a nice video. Had a bunch of redneck folks, and they were playing with it. They had it on their bicep and their tricep. Or not they had it on their bicep and their forearm muscle. And then they had a can of Coke or something, and then they tried to drink, and they'd be spilling that shit all over the place. Looked like they were somewhere between an epileptic seizure and cerebral palsy. They were just laughing their ass off. That was funny. Thanks for sending that to me, Laurel. It was appreciated. Yeah. Yeah. It's something else. Yipper skipper. Now, what else? What else we got in the news? We got, I wrote about business issues today. Just days usually go, what's the main topic that tickles my fancy? And it was business and capitalism and stuff like that. So I posted up about that. They're gonna get pissed off at me. I talked about Trump. I wrote an article about capitalism and socialism, communism are on a spectrum. But we've talked about this on the show. I explained about it, how we're not a free market economy. We're a planned economy, which isn't true capitalism. It's socialism. I wrote about it, and I mentioned that Trump said he wants to deregulate and stuff like that. And of course, you got the Trump cheerleading squad come in. He's like, yeah, Trump tried to do that in his first term, but he had, didn't have enough support, and he was what the hell was it? I can't think. What'd they do? The proceedings, they did it twice for him. I can't think tonight. Impeached. They tried to impeach him twice. There we go. Thank you. Peaches and cream and all this other shit. And it's like, yeah, the impeachment did not prevent him from deregulating, because the regulations come within agencies that he has control over. He didn't need, for a lot of deregulation, he doesn't need approval for it. Why? He is the president, and he has authority over these agencies. See, that's what executive orders are for. Oh, but it's like, oh, no. Oh, because he had a hard time and he didn't have support and he was impeached twice. That prevented him from doing what he says that he wants to do now. It's like, that's bullshit. He could have done that in his first term. He just didn't. I get people want to blame shit. Yeah, Trump, anytime Trump didn't do what he said he was supposed to do, it's because of somebody else. No. A lot of it's because of Trump. Because he runs hard right. He moderates center left. That's moderates. He governs center left. Yeah. That's fine. I pointed it out. It's much better than Biden. Yeah, hell yeah. But people, they confuse his rhetoric with his governing style. They're not the same. So therefore, when he doesn't follow through, it's because rhinos and all this other shit and doesn't get the support in impeachments. Nah, the impeachments didn't stop him from doing a goddamn thing. It didn't. His governance didn't stop because he was being impeached. That was a separate damn thing going on. So I'm going to call balls and strikes like I've always done. It's going to irritate a few folks. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Those who know, look, you don't have to agree with me on everything, but you know I ain't going to be talking out my ass. I've got reasons for why I say what I'm saying. And I'm dead on about Trump. Trump is a businessman. You watch how Trump ran his businesses. He could give two shit about American or foreign or whatever. It's what was best for his business. Right now, he's president. America is his business. By how he ran his businesses, hell, he used eminent domain and fucked people. He used every trick in the book, what would help his business. His business. He likes to win. What's he doing now? His business now is being president. He wants to win. So we'll see. We'll see. But everybody that's America first and patriotism, look, you know, I get it. He's patriotic. He ain't as patriotic as you think he is. He's not. And he's not as free market, even though he's going to try to get rid of regulations. He needs to. We need to just wipe that shit clean. Licensing. Get rid of licensing for a lot of stuff. Allow health insurance companies to operate across state lines. That'll take care of a lot of issues. People don't understand. There's most of the issues with business, and I wrote today about it. American businesses' biggest problems and their biggest harm does not come from foreign competition and outside the United States. It comes from government, both town, county, state, and federal governments, with regulations, permitting, licensing, taxation. Did I say fucking regulations again? The reason so many American businesses are doing and moving their shit offshore isn't just because, oh, I can save money. It's because they can't do it any other way. They're being overregulated. I've said this for decades. The biggest harm to American business is government. We don't have a free market economy. Yeah, it's capitalism. But under that same guise, so is China now, because they have private ownership now of some businesses. But they ain't a capitalist country. They're still communist. Germany, 1939, socialist. Business owners owned their businesses. Adolf Hitler realized you can control everything by having a planned economy. But then you let private industry take all the risks. So you tell them what they can do, what they can't do, what they produce, what they can't produce, how they can produce it, how they can't produce it, who can produce it, who can't produce it. Does that sound like fucking free market capitalism to you? No. But you know what it sounds like? It sounds an awful lot like what we got in the United States right now. How do you like them apples? Me and the missus some years ago, we wanted to open up a catering business. Say, they ain't got any decent barbecue up here. I can do barbecue. You want a shindig and you want a bunch of meat and a bunch of salads and a bunch of you could just have the Cowboy do it. We'll do it upright. We'll bring it. We had all the chafing dishes and everything like that because we threw the events at my house. Had slews of people. How many people you need to feed? We enjoy doing it. Good at it. Can't do it. Even in the great state of New Hampshire, can't do it. Why? Because to do it legally, you need a separate kitchen. You need a separate kitchen. You can't legally, unless you want to have them come into your house and inspect your house at will. And I can tell you what, there ain't nobody out here that can pass an inspection in their home kitchen. We're human. So what a lot of places do, they start up, there's kitchens you can rent. You can rent a kitchen. Well, that's another bill. So it's like, Jesus, one thing on top of another. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't financially swing to make everything legal so that we could open up a legal catering. Oh, we could have flown underneath the radar and taken our chances. And then if they came down on us, we're fined and we lose everything that we have. We couldn't afford that. So we couldn't get into business. Regulation. People who've never been in business, they don't understand business. There's this Yahoo. You'll get a kick out of this, Gus. Ossipee Center. This jackwagon, some young guy. I don't know, he's got to be late 30s now. His kid is, him and his gal's kids are 9, 14, and 15. Okay. He's going at it with the Ossipee Police Department. I guess a code enforcer, one of the cops. He came from New York City, and the guy's like, oh, he's got civil rights violations in New York City, and that's why he's here and all this other shit. Well, here's what the kid did is he owns this vehicle modding company. Works by himself with his kids, of course. Oh, or family run. So on his website, that's like 20-year-old design. Pictures of him and his kids standing in front of a beat-up truck. Supposed to be modded out. Real rinky-dink situation. I'm self-taught. 20 years in the industry, modding this stuff. Ain't got shit to show for pictures. Ain't got anything. But he's got this garage in Ossipee Center. And what he did is he wanted to add on to it. So he added on to the garage. Didn't get permits. Now, I don't believe in permits. I think permits are fucking stupid. I don't think you should have to go to mommy and daddy government and get permission to do what you want to do on your property. But whatever, that's the way it is. So you play within the rules, or you face the consequences. So he added on a section onto his garage. And the town said, hey, McFly, you need a permit. Get a permit. He kept brushing them off. Hey, McFly, we're sending somebody over. He had a extra foundation poured, did not give them access to inspect the foundation. What they saw, they said that the building, the addition that he did was not to code. Imagine that. Again, still no permit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the town comes in and they demolish the addition to the building. And I was like, they didn't have a permit to demolish it. And he's pissing up a rope now with the town of Ossipee Center. All he had to do was get a fucking permit. Get a permit. But he couldn't do that. He was too busy. He said, I didn't get back to him because I was just too busy. You're too busy. Your website, your social media. I went to his Instagram page. I went to his Facebook page. I went to his website. Ain't nothing there. How busy were you? Really? You were too busy. No, these are people think they know something about business, get in, don't know the first thing. Don't know the first thing, and then want to play victim. It's the first one-of-a-kind Dodge truck of this, the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, so he went and he bolted on a bunch of parts. Some ground effects kit that some of them he made himself, looks like he made himself, and that ain't a compliment. And calls it the little something. The little, I don't know what it is. First of its kind. And it's like, dude, you got maybe 3 vehicles total that you show on your site. One's a lifted pickup truck. It's falling apart. Looks like it's falling apart. The only thing that's on it's got some fuel rims or something like that. And a lift kit. You got the little whatever it is, Dodge pickup truck, first gen. And then some Dodge Demon or some shit like that he had bolted a few parts on. Shut up. Stop it. Me and the missus sat down. We looked over the shit and it's like, wow. And then, now I'll tell you, the only reason it came up in my news feed on my cell phone for local happenings. And I'm like, oh, this guy's going at it with Ossipee. Let's see what's going on here. No, he's a freaking retard. God. Should give him a call and have him on the show. No. No. Gus is probably now, he didn't say what it was. He said where it was, and he's probably Googling it right now. He says we do have those people in New Hampshire. Yeah, we do. The guy was, in the news article, this will tell you, the news article. The picture for the news article had him wearing one of those ball caps. Now, I can tell a lot about a feller by their ball cap. He wore one of those ones that was 3 sizes too big that they wear over their ears, and it's got a flat bill on it. Yeah, tattoos. He might have had gauges in his ears. I don't know. Yeah, one of them fellers. I couldn't tell whether he was trailer park, hillbilly, or hood rat. I couldn't tell. I think it's somewhere in between. Well, Center Ossipee, he's probably hillbilly, hood rat mix. And have his kids posing as for daddy's business where he doesn't do anything. Stop it. And he's writing this shit up like he's all proud of it. Being a family owned and run family owned, you got no employees. It's you and your kids. Your kids hang around because they're there. Stop it. Stop it. My Lord. My Lord. And they breed. Yes, they breed. My goodness, Laurel says. They breed. They do. And they're proud of it. Stop. I'll pay for the snip. That's about $250. Get a GoFundMe account. Get the old snipperoonie. Stop passing that shit on. But he's going to get all his heckles up and shit like that and start, oh, I'm being harassed by the town. You just needed a permit. You needed a permit. That's easy. You go down to City Hall and say, I need a permit. What you doing? Well, I want to put a 300 square foot. It's not that big. 300 square foot addition on my garage for my business. They're like, okay, here you go. Here's the filing fees. Here's what you need to do, and bring in your plan so that our people can look at it, and then we'll come and we'll inspect it when you get each of this. You know what? It's not that complicated. It's really not. Gus said, "Did you say go F me fund?" No, I said go fund you account. Go fund you account. No, that's like, yeah, well, listen to the show. Is John talking about, is he saying horse or is he saying whores? I can't tell. I don't know, whichever sounds better at the time. Maybe if it's either a horse or a whores. I don't know. But was he zoned for a business? Probably so. It didn't get into that in the article, but a lot of the communities here in New Hampshire, they're open zoned or business residential, and it's fine. Yeah. Zoning isn't usually a problem here in New Hampshire. It's just whether you get the permits. I'm trying to think of any place that I wouldn't think that was. Most places are zoned commercial and business, or commercial and home, or just commercial. Laurel says, or not, and that's why he didn't get the permit. Yeah, I doubt it. No. I'd like to back you on that one there, Miss Laurel, but no, I don't think so. I'd put my money on no. Let's find out. That was Asa P. Oh goodness, I'd have to look in. I'm pulling up Ossipe's zoning stuff right now. $113. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Village District. Living, business, public service use. Okay, that's good. That's Village District. Residential District. Vast area land surrounding the Village District were identified chiefly as residential use for lesser density than the Village District. Residential, blah, blah. Roadside Commercial District, then Commercial District, Commercial Node District, Corridor District, Gus says, oh, yes, zoning is a big deal. I couldn't have a business like that at my house. I'm in an R1 residence only. Yeah, it just depends upon what it is. Well, I mean, you gotta understand. He was already running the business out of this place. And they didn't nail him. Here you go. They didn't nail him for having a fucking business in a non-business zone. They nailed him because he didn't get a building permit. They knew what the business was. And the business and the building was clearly a commercial shop. Not that you can't have a commercial shop at your home, and that might have been at his home, I don't know. But the building in question was clearly a commercial building, and he was clearly running his business out of it. So I don't think it was a zoning issue. It was look, I try not to dig deeper than what needs to be dug. The article probably would have said he was not zoned for business, because honestly, if Gus started running a modding shop out of his garage, and it's big enough to do that, if he cleared the shit out, it's big enough. They wouldn't nab him for not having a building permit. They'd nab him for running a business in a non-business zone. So I don't, and again, looking into this feller, I don't think it was because he was trying to fly underneath the radar. Because certainly if that was the case, why the hell would he, why would he go to the media about this shit? Because he didn't have a building permit, and he's operating a business when he's not zoned for it. Yeah, so I don't think the zoning was a problem. I think he was proud of his shit. Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, and here you go. This on his website. Now, number one, he didn't even get a domain name. Look, I don't care. Look, thewhiskeycowboy.com is free hosted on wordpress.com, but I got a damn domain name. It's thewhiskeycowboy.com. And then it points to my website. Now, a lot of businesses, they're not even running websites anymore. They're running Facebook pages. And they get a domain name, mybusiness.com, whatever it is. And then when you type that in, it brings you to their Facebook page. Okay, it's a forwarding address. He didn't do that. So he got a shit ass logo, and he's got a website, and his website address is like www.mystupidname. Whatever free hosting account is .something. It's really long. And then his business name after that, / his business name. It's like, well, that's just get a www.imacooolassmodder.com, but he's using his name. And you put that as your link, and then it just forwards. You just forward it. Because nobody's going to remember off the top of their head. Hey, John, what's your website? Thewhiskeycowboy.com. Can you remember that? Yeah, easy. What's your email address? Thewhiskeycowboy@gmail.com. Pretty freaking easy. Hey, you got a Facebook account? Yep, it's The Whiskey Cowboy. It's Facebook - The Whiskey Cowboy or / The Whiskey Cowboy. You see how it works? It's pretty easy. It's pretty damn easy. Oh, but back to his website. Besides not even having a domain name. Okay. And they ain't that expensive. I just paid for another year of my domain name with extra features. Privacy features. And it cost me $40 and change for a year. If I can afford that, you can afford that. It's for a year. But you go to his page, you go to his website, and he's got a forum on it. And it's got two categories in it. He's only got like five views. According to his clicker, only 5 views. I didn't go to the forum. It shows you exactly what the two things are, and it shows you the views and the posts for each of these categories. Only 5 views total, no posts. If you're going to have a forum on your website, it better be active or don't have it. because an inactive forum is worse than not having a forum at all. Plus, unless you're a big business or that you need to interact with people, maybe you're an auto mechanic or something, like you do a lot of business, or you're a gunsmith or whatever. Those types, they'll have a forum, but then, see, you can talk to the techs and stuff. Yeah. But if you don't have traffic, don't have a forum. He got an Instagram account. Ain't posted up a picture in ages. Why? Don't have one. Or just post something. Just post something. No traffic is worse than not having. Does that make sense? If you have an internet presence and nothing is happening, it's worse than. It's like even my website, I don't use it anymore. It's a pointer, so you can go find out about me. You can see where all of my old articles are archived there from years past, and it points you to all my other social media accounts. Done. You go there, okay, you don't use this. It's easy. Hey, thewhiskeycowboy.com. You go there, then just go to social media. Boom, and it'll tell you where to go. But yeah, no, I don't think it was a zoning issue. Don't think it was a zoning issue. But boy, man, just keep digging, boy, digging. And those hats just irk the hell out of me. You know another hat that irks the hell out of me? Shovel front cowboy hats irk the hell out of me. Just you know what I'm talking about? You ever seen a shovel front hat? They become really popular lately. Oh, they're most god-awful, ugly hats. Let's see. I don't know if they call them shovel fronts. I call them shovel fronts. Yeah. When did super straight edge shovel front brims come into play? Why did the wide brim? When did the wide brim shovel shaped hats become popular? Let's go there. That was in 2024. Somebody wrote this. Because we can't all ride bulls, but we can lie to the chicks at the bar. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, I won't knock on anyone's style. I think it's cool as hell to see another person wearing a cowboy hat in my area. Blah, 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 blah. That being said, the squared off brim is just not my style, man. Yeah. Honestly, I think people look best when they roll stars all around their eyes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Rodeo ewes lead the way. Okay. So a couple rodeo guys did it. A couple rodeo guys were a bunch of rejects, and they decided to wear these shovel front hats. Let's see here. Oh God, let's see if I can find a good example of it. Here's one from the Boot Barn. We'll see if we can find any others out there. And it's actually, this one's not as severe as some of the others. It's like, no, thank you. There we go. You see that? You see that shovel front on it? It's just flat. It's like the crease is a hard crease. It's not rolled. It's rolled after the crease, and then it's got a flat brim across the front. If I can, here's another one right there. There's another. You see that? It's just a flat across the front. Here's another shovel front right there. Except for this one is not as wide. But you see how hard this crease is? I just can't get it. Those are god awful. God awful. Here's one right here. Same thing. This is a shovel front, and then they rolled the front down. God awful ugly hat. There's a good. See, that's what they look like. This is the guy. I think he's the guy on Yellowstone. But you see that? It looks like a damn shovel. That is god awful ugly. See, this is the way they used to be. See this? You see how it's a nice swoop? See, it's a nice swoop. See, that shit's nice. It's the same width. See this? It's the same width in the front. But you see how it rolls really nice? What time is takeoff? Yeah, no shit. No shit. But you see, I mean, okay, you see how this has a nice, you see it's got a nice swoop to it? This one right here, it's got a nice swoop to it. Now, look at that shit. This hard crease, straight across hard crease. This guy isn't even rolling. He's just a straight crease, just right across the front. That has got to be, let's try this one. This one's not so bad because it's narrower. This one's narrower, but look at how straight it is. And he has no curl on the end of his, no curl. Just flat, straight bend up. I mean, I get it. Just wear what you want to wear. But here we go again. Look at this. Just a shovel across the front. Shovel across the front. What the hell? See, here's a classic. This is classic. I don't bring mine quite this close. Mine's wider in the front. And I told folks the reason I do that is because I've got really photosensitive eyes. I tried to bring it in closer, but then the sun was peeking in on the side. So I get it just far enough so that it's not going to peek in on the side. Let me see here. See if we can see Mother. See, here's another one. Look at, what the hell? What the hell? Flying nun. Right, exactly, Gus. It reminds me of the flying damn nuns. What the hell is this shit? Now here you go. Look at this. See, this is a classic bend. This is a classic shape on here, on this guy here. You see it? It's a nice swoop in the front. Nice swoop in the front. That's good shape. That's good shape. What the hell's this shit? What the hell is this? Gonna dig a trench? This is a classic shape. You see it comes down here, forms a smile, a big old Texas grin from the Cowboy song. This man's cowboy hat. Here's another one. Look how wide this damn thing is. That's like a freaking sail. Holy shit, the wind going to take that shit and take you and it. Here's another one just laying down there. What the hell is this? This in the front is as wide as the back of hats. That's just tarted. I don't get it. I don't get it. What do y'all think? You see my hat shape. It's wider in the front than some of the ones that I showed you of the classic. Again, mine's about as wide as my eyes are apart. I'd like it narrower. I like it a little narrower in the front. A little bit more rolled in the side. I'd like it tight. I can't, because then the sun gets in. This is about as tight as I can get it. And do the job that the hat's supposed to do. Got the curl just right, so under a wind, the wind doesn't take it. So they can dig their own grave, Gus says. But no, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think do you like a more classic shape like mine? Or do you like the shovel fronts? I'm glad I wasn't the only, because that looks like a fucking squared off shovel. Flat tip shovel. And they call them shovel fronts. What do y'all think? Boy, we were all over the place with topics. Judy and Laurel says they both like the classics. Yeah, they make more sense. Plus, They drain the rain better. How the hell are you going to drain the rain properly and consistently with a shovel front? I guess if you tilt like this and it'll just come out on the side. I know exactly where when I tip my hat, everything's going to go. Gus says really no preference. Then you're supposed to say, yeah, I like yours, John. Yours is okay. My hat gets compliments all the time. But, yeah, they got to have nice, I don't like creases. No hard creases. The only time I can see a hard crease is maybe on a straw hat because they like to buckle. But, yeah, I like nice flowing. I'd curl mine a little bit. I'd like this same hat, but do it a little bit pitch front in the back and on the crown. A little bit pitch forward again. Not quite like a Gus, but close. You know what a Gus is. Let me pull up a Gus. Let's get up here. A Gus, a cowboy hat. Let's pull this up. Okay, this is a Gus. See here, Gus from Lonesome Dove. That's where it comes from. Gus from Lonesome Dove. See, here he is. There's Gus. Now, I like his brim. It's a bit tight for me, though, because of the sun. And I like the pitch in the front, just not that exaggerated. Not quite that exaggerated. Laurel says young people want something that stands out as different, not a lot to change. And a cowboy hat, just wrong. But that's the irony of it. They're all doing it. Gus says that would fit me. You like that? You like that style, Gus? I think that this style, I think that, see, that's why I'd like to go to Rand's. I'd like to go to Rand's so that they can work with me to get the exact, because I like a teardrop front, and the Gus isn't. The Gus is a crease. Gus is a crease. All of my hats, darn near all, except for like my gamblers and stuff like that. They were round and they were flat topped, but all the rest have been teardropped. You go, what's a teardrop? Oh, shaped like a teardrop. Let's see here. Teardrop. Here we go. See, teardrop. See the top? It looks like a teardrop. Now, this is exactly how mine is on the top, except for I took the pitch here and I dropped it down about 2 inches. So it's a kind of a mix between a Gus and a teardrop. And I'd like Rand's to be able to help me perfect that look, because you don't see it much. You don't see it much. This one right here is close. This one right here is close to mine. You see how the front of the teardrop is lower than the back? Gus said he learned something new tonight, a hat named after me. Yeah, it's got another name. I think it's a Montana, but everybody knows it as a Gus. But you see this one right here, it's this one shaped very much like mine. The front and the actual width is about like mine, but I haven't curled up my sides quite like that. Mine are a little bit looser. But if we could get something like this, it's like, oh, get that with Rand's. So they'd be able to sit there. I'd try on several hats with different crowns on them and see what's going to match my face, because especially with the old right, I get my nose is getting rather more. It's a hooky. It's not really hooky, but I'm talking about. So I think it's going to be suited for something that's pitched forward just a little bit, and with the shape of my face. When I was younger, I was much thinner. My face was much thinner. It's filled out, and then with my beard, I just think that it'd be nice. But sit with Rand's to get this basic look, but perfect my creases is what I'd like to do. But I ain't gonna get no damn Shovel front. That's god awful ugly hats. My goodness. I like a wide brimmed hat. I really like a wide brimmed hat. And I get a wide brimmed hat with the right crown on it, looks really good on me. The problem is the wind takes the damn thing. I don't want to tie down my hat all the time. So you have it creased, you have it shaped the right way. And like this one, I just lean into the wind just a little bit. If it's coming in from this way, I'll lean like that, and it'll just hit it and roll it, and it won't get up underneath it. Y'all saw the picture before I shaped it here. I did have a bull riding, old style bull riding. It's damn near flat with just a little bit of curl on the edge. The wind would take that damn thing every time. Step outside, even a light breeze, get up underneath that hat. Whew, there it goes, and I'm chasing down the road or a parking lot. It's like, this ain't going to work. I liked it because it sheltered my eyes. Did the right thing. So this is a happy medium. I like this. It suits me. I'd like a black hat. I'd like a coffee hat or pecan. Coffee and pecan are pretty close. This is I think this is a pecan hat. And a white or an off-white, like ivory. For just certain occasions. And I need a good work straw hat. I don't have a straw hat. But I'd like them all with the same damn shape. That's why you go to some place like Rand's and go, okay, we found the shape. They can get me in any color I want. And I'd also like a binding around the edge. Those trim works. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? I'm not going to go as far as a pencil roll. Now, there's some folks that have a pencil roll, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a roll the size of a pencil diameter, and it's all the way around the hat. My Gambler had a pencil roll on it. Holds the water in. I don't like it. Gus says, no white hat. No, that's just for like church or out to dinner. So you don't work in the hat. But no white hat. So no, I don't want a pencil roll, but what I would like is I would like binding. What do you think of binding? Western hat with binding. Here we go. I'm going to pull some hats up with binding on them. See, here's one they're going with a light tan or taupe. I think this is a taupe hat with a cream color band. And then they also have a cream color band around here. I'm more of a belt style hat bands myself. Here's another one. Here's black with double binding this is dark gray with a dark gray binding with, it looks like coyote brown. I think single is fine. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's a classic. This looks like a coffee or pecan with a slightly lighter colored band. Looks like this would be khaki with a black band. Here is black with a black band, shovel front, hate it. Let's see here. No, it's a red band. I don't like that. Not my style of hat, but this is looks like a taupe hat with a slightly lighter taupe band. So that's pretty, the coffee one. Let's see here. Where was it? Let's see here. Let's go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Were you talking about this one right here? Or the darker one? Gus says, if we were walking down the street, I would walk on the other side. No white hats. Judy says, yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's either. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's pecan. I'm reading the description. That's pecan. Yeah, pecan, coffee, and coffee are pretty close, depending by maker. But yeah, and I don't like this band around it. I'm more of a either a beaded silver, or like I have now, it's a leather. The one that I have now is I could see you in an Amish hat. I could probably pull it off. I could. But yeah, this one's a leather band with metal decorative diamonds on it. That's just but I could take this one if so. You like a leather band? Yeah, I'm either leather or beaded, and then with decorations on it. But it can't be overly gaudy. Like this one right here, I think that this hat would look really nice if you see the brown, the leather of the brown in the band that I have here. Do a binding roughly that same color. I think that would look nice. And again, it's something that's, you don't see it a lot. Not a lot of guys get their binding on it. Wouldn't do a pencil roll. Like I said, it just holds too much water. But yeah, I'd like all of my signature hats. Someday I'll have my signature hats, and they will. I'm leaning on binding, because again, it's just dressy enough without being overdone. I like it. Judy was the only one that spoke up. What does everybody else think about that? Do you like them plain like this? Do you like them with a pencil roll? Do you like it with? Let's see if I can find one with a pencil roll. And you can get them with a pencil roll and binding as well. Okay, here's a pencil. Here's a pencil roll. You see it's rolled. It's about the width of a pencil. This is not a pencil roll. They say this is a pencil. This is not a pencil roll. It's not a pencil roll. This is closer to a pencil, because you see how much narrower this is than this one. See, this is way too tall. From the top to where it starts down here, this is like twice as high as it needs to be. See how low this is? That's a pencil roll. That's a fat pencil roll. This one's got a pencil roll. You see it? And the problem is again, the water gets trapped on it. Gets trapped on it. I guess if I was in a place that didn't have any rain, they might be okay. But the water gets trapped in it. This one's got a nice pencil roll. This is a buckaroo hat. This is a pencil. Buckaroos, by the way, southwestern cowboys. Usually schooled and trained by the vaqueros. You had the vaqueros and the buckaroos. The vaqueros were the Mexican cowboys, and the buckaroos were the gringos. Yeah, this has a nice pencil roll. They have their place. Gus says, I told you I had an all-black one I bought in Texas. Too freaking hot. I sweat like crazy wearing it. Yeah, well, you get, yeah. Got to be at the right place, right time. If you're down in the hot country, wear a straw hat. Straw hat in the summer. Come fall and winter, unless you're out on the town, then you wear your felts. So yeah, I don't favor a pencil roll myself. I've had them. In again, my gambler had a pencil roll, and that's fine. It's a fair weather, not out on the range, not out working, dress hat. Get away with a pencil roll. Laurel says she's always liked a leather band. Yeah, they're just so classy. Just leather band with just enough glitz to it to set it apart. I saw this hat. It's in their Elk Ridge collection, and it was in my price range, a few $100. I said, "Cool, that's fine." Didn't want to spend a whole lot. They last a long time, and it's like, yeah, that's good. It just wasn't quite shaped right. He said, "I wore it here, still hot." You're a hothead, Gus. You're a hothead. I don't have problems with the heat, though. I don't have problems with the heat. Still, nobody's talking about my binding. Come on, excuse me, do you like binding or no binding? I'm not going to be offended either way. Binding or no binding. Hey, my back and legs been doing pretty good. Got a little pain down my calf. Had a little pain in my ankle earlier on in the show. All I did is I took some pain meds before the show. So today's been pretty good. Oh, I've been playing guitar like all get out today. Judy says you think it would be nice. Thank you. Laurel says it would probably depend on the occasion. See, now that's a good, yeah. And I go with that. If I was just out working, you don't need binding. But if I'm taking the missus out to eat or out shopping, yeah, wear the hat with the binding. What am I kidding? If I had a horse, I'd wear it out horse riding too. Because I don't wear my cowboy hat when I'm working. Gus is glad to hear that. Glad to hear what? I don't know. I don't know what I say. Yeah, I don't wear my Western hats working. I wear a ball cap. I wear a ball cap. I tell you what, a lot of cowboys do too, depending upon where they work. Yeah, ball caps are acceptable. Yeah, I don't want to get bump into things and get all schmutz on it and stuff. No. But, yeah. Someday. Oh, pain. Oh, glad to hear the pain. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was happy too. I just a bit stiff getting up and down today. Tender. Limping around, but limping more because my leg is weak than in pain. Just basically standing up and sitting down, get some pain. I have good days and bad days. Today I count that as a good day, and I've been playing the guitar the last couple of days, and today I was on fire. There wasn't darn near anything that I couldn't. I'm running through backing tracks and karaoke. So let's popular karaoke songs. Let's run through them, because it's the song, and okay, well, they don't have any leads because you're supposed to be singing. Let's go. So I've been using them. Let's batter up. There she is. I knocked that one out of the park. Next song, I never played that before. Let's play it. Boom. Knocked that one out of the park. And just kept doing it. It was like, that's cool. When I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, oh my goodness. Some days I get it and it's like, I played that song 700 times. I can't play it halfway through without screwing it up. Some days I just can't. That's not there. It's not there. But today it was there. It felt really good. I was feeling good about things. I was feeling good. It's like, yeah. It was nice. It was on the guitar. I haven't pulled out the dulcimer in a few days. My brain gets, again, like I told you, the way you play it and the way you think and the way I see the board and the music in my head when I'm playing, it's totally different. So it takes some rewiring when I just switch to the other one. Sometimes I can play back to back, and I definitely can't play the same songs going from one to the other. It's like, no, because they're not in the same place. But yeah, it's good to have the pain manageable. It's pretty messed up, when you go, it was a good day. It hurt, but it was a good day. I can function. I get around. So the show was pretty good. And yet you've seen I haven't been slouching too much. I haven't had to switch positions. So that's great. That's always good. If you see me moving around and slouching, okay, John's not having a good time. So it's like, yeah, I don't complain. The missus knows. I don't complain. I'll grunt. Okie dokie. But I don't say. I tell you, I share most of it with you guys. It's about the extent of it. I don't share it with the kids. I don't share it with anybody else. I don't post about it online. I'd mentioned it, but I don't post about it. I talk to you folks because you join me twice a week. Gus says, I played teeth chattering with my teeth today. Well, stay inside. The house has got to be warm. I checked the oil today. I'm at half a tank. I'm like, yes. Yeah, we're good. With this cold weather coming in, it's like, oh, man, if I was like down to a quarter to an eighth, I'd be like, yeah, hey, baby, call the oil company. Have them fill her up. But no, we're at half a tank. So it's like, yeah, we're good. We're good. Needs to be. Boy, it is something fierce out there. And it's not just the temperature, it's the wind. The wind is making it bite. I'll take 15 degrees, no wind. That doesn't bother me. All it does is make your nose hairs stiffen up a little bit, and that's fine. But you get that wind in there, and that just bites. It bites. And it's cold out there. It is cold. Pretty cold. Other than that, I just watch my hands and my feet. My feet particularly. When I was in the service, I got frostbite, both the hands and the feet. The feet worst. And once you've been frostbitten, it never gets back to where it's supposed to be. So you got to watch it real quick because it'll get cold fast. So I watch my feet and my hands, but my feet in particular. Other than that, I'm good to go. I'm fine. Hot, cold doesn't bother me too much. That's probably why I got frostbite because Laurel says, "How dare you destroy government property?" Yeah, I know. I was bad. I was bad. Yep. Hell, they destroyed me. Not too bad. I get my joints, my knees, my hips, my shoulders. And then I worked out a lot since I got out too. So part of that's me. Probably lifting too heavy, but what you going to do, right? What you going to do? If I wasn't pushing myself, I didn't feel like I was working out. So, happens. There you go. Cowboy, you're getting an Article 15 for destruction of government property. No, I don't think so. Laurel says my brother always joked about that while he was in. Yeah. You could get charged with it. You could, like, if you go out, let's say you take a weekend, you're off, and you go out and you get drunk and you lay down on the beach and you get yourself a 3rd-degree burn, and you can't work. Come Monday morning, you got to go to sick call because you can get in trouble for that. It doesn't happen very often, but you know what? You can get in trouble for that. I've seen some people do stupid shit and get in trouble for it. You can. Yep. Get yourself a tattoo and have it affect you working, and then you can't work because it get infected and shit like that. Oh, yeah. You can get in trouble. Now, I don't know how they play it now. But, I'm pretty much old school. Your brother was probably old school, too. Gus says, we had a fire long time ago, 35 below. Frost bit my feet, hands, and ears. Never been the same. Got them wet? Did you get them wet? Water will kill you in the wintertime. If you ain't dry, it'll kill you. Cotton's bad. Cotton's bad. Cotton's bad for fires, too. Cotton and nylon, bad. Gus is like, yeah, don't do it. Wool's good. Wool's good. Cotton bad. Nylon bad. Well, so definitely old school. He went in 73, did 25 years. Yeah. Yeah, that covered when I was in. I didn't go in 73, but that covers when I was in. Different era. I get a kick out of it. A lot of these young folks think, yeah, because I served pre-Panama, post-Gulf. Covered the range. And I get a kick out of these youngins that get there and they served in the late 2000 and on, and they think that, oh, if you were a quote-unquote Cold War soldier, you didn't see shit. It's like, then you need to fucking break open your books because there was plenty of shit happening during the Cold War. It didn't happen towards the Soviets directly, but you had Bosnia, you had Panama. You always had something going on in the Middle East. It's like these new fellers, you're not the only ones that have done anything. Been on the war footing. No, stop it. Stop it. But you got goodies. Talk to my son. He's from the new generation. He had all sorts of goodies. Body armor and shit. What the fuck is that? We talk about different bits of equipment and stuff that they ask, like, yeah, we did, yeah. No, that was just, some of that shit was just starting to come in. Not downing them. Hey, do your part. We all need to part. But do not look back at what you consider the Cold War generation. That's from post-Vietnam to the Gulf War. Ish. As if, oh, they didn't see anything and they didn't do anything. They're nothing. They just sat around. Yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I just, whatever. Think what you want. I don't get much into what I did in the service. I don't. Those are really close. They know. I give hints every now and again. But, yeah. Gus says, I could stand my coat up all day by itself when I got relieved. Yeah, we froze 2 fire trucks to the street in 2 feet of ice. It was unbelievable. Lost 2 kids in the fire. Sad day. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, water in the wintertime is just, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Nah, I thank everybody. I don't even care if anybody's seen a stitch of combat or not. I don't care where they even left the States. Don't care. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Just call it for what it is. Don't try to puff it up. Don't just look. It's all needed. The biggest, baddest special forces dude can't do what he does without a shit ton of backup from all sorts of places. So be proud of what you did. Do your job. Do it well. Do it with pride. And thank you. I've said that about everything else. I don't care if you're a janitor. I don't care if you return carts. I don't care what your job is. Just do it well. Be happy to have a job. Do it well, and take pride in your work. Look good. Act good. Be good. We're all good. It's good. And thank you. Thank you. And nobody's above doing a job. Oh, I'm too good for that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not too good for it. Be glad somebody else is doing it, but you're not too good for it. I don't care where the hell you came from. You're not too good to do any job. Nope. Your worth is not what you're paid. That's the worth of, that's what somebody thought the job was worth, not you. The job. Oh, you might be better at it, so you command more money, but it's mainly the job. Good lawyers command more than bad lawyers, but lawyers command what they do because it's the job, and it has nothing to do with the worth as a person. And even if you're a good person even if you're a good lawyer, let's say you're a good lawyer, if you're a piece of shit, you're still a piece of shit that just happens to be a good lawyer. Your worth is nothing. You're still a piece of shit, but you make money and you're good at what you do. I'd rather talk to that janitor. It's a good guy. He's not a piece of shit. And that's it. I don't have this class thing. I don't look up and I don't look down. I look at the person. I see the person. Look them in the eye. See what they're doing. Look them in the eye. It's like if you're a janitor, just wear clean clothes. That says more. Not the fact that you're a janitor, so whether you look like shit. Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, you might be dirty. Same way with mechanics. Mechanic doesn't have to look like shit. They might look like shit at the end of the day, but they don't need to start looking like shit. And they don't need to look like shit when they're not working. That says something about the person. It's not just their job. They don't have to do that. It's like a farmer. Judy will tell you, a lot of farmers down in Oklahoma, yeah, they might be dusty and stuff like that, but when they're not working, they don't look all dirty and beat up and put on clean clothes, and they take pride in themselves. Yeah. You're not too good. I'm not too good. You do what needs to get done. Drew says they clean up real good. Yeah. It's like, yeah, down you don't, especially during plowing season, and you don't look down at yourself as somebody that's a little bit grungy because you see them. It's like, yeah, that feller may have 5 times as much shit as you got. Might have a bank account that's overflowing compared to what you got, and you got nice, clean clothes. He's just in plowing season. You'll see him out eating with the missus later on, and he'll be looking good. He'll be looking good. You wouldn't even know it. Gus says someone has to do it. Right. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. Do it and do it well. Laurel says farm equipment ain't cheap. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all. No. Then you got fuel, and you got seed cost, and you've got fertilizer cost. Boy, they got hammered. The nitrates fucking went through the roof. Oh, fertilizer. Yeah, and that affects the back end. What people eat. How much they pay for it. It all goes into it. But yeah, it ain't cheap. Farming ain't cheap. You can do it relatively cheap if you're just feeding yourself and your family. Yeah, it's fine. Vet costs? Yeah, depending on, yeah. Well, look at horses. I mean, it all adds up. It's not too bad. Horses will run you. I think it's something about $5,000 a year on feed per horse. I think in total about 10 grand in vet, feed, storage, unless it's your own. You can cut that out. And then it gets cheaper the more horses you have. And that's just horses. But if you got cattle, you still have your vaccinations, you still have all the shit that you have to do. Judy says nothing about it's cheap. No. No, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. No. If you have a cattle operation, and you got what's your cattle, and you're going to move, and then you got how many employees you got to have. The employees ain't going to make very much money, but you usually give them room and board, and you might help them with food, if not all their foods, and the utilities are paid because you're paying all the power. All of that shit goes into your bill. It's like, yeah. So even a relatively small operation, you gotta hope that you got, how you going to do it? You finishing the beef. Most of them nowadays, they'll start them, the grass feed, and then they sell them and they're finished at a feedlot. But yeah, and how much per pound of beef you got? And Laurel says my daughter-in-law wants a horse. Nope, not on this property. I would lose the farm exemption. Horses are considered pleasure. Really? They're considered pleasure. Where you live again? You Kentucky? Because generally that would be, I think in New Hampshire, Gus, correct me if I'm wrong, that would just be agriculture, right? So you got beef, horses, farm, be it corn or other whatever you're growing, wheat, or wouldn't that be all just under agriculture in New Hampshire? Gus says, I was shocked at what seed cost was to plant hundreds of acres, more than I made a year. Yeah, and that's not including whether they're going to use pesticides on it, and then you've got your fertilizer, and fertilizer went through the roof, got hit hard in the last within the last 10 years. They got hammered. Laurel says, unless you have strictly horses as your business. So in other words, like if you're a stable or otherwise need the horses to run your business, they consider it non-agricultural. Gus says, no, Laurel is right. Yeah, I didn't. That's odd. That's just weird. Because that's like saying if you own a few dogs, then you can't, you lose because you got dogs. It's a horse. That's weird. I don't have a horse here, so I don't know. And all the places that I've looked at here, they're set for horses, i.e. they already got stables on them, so I didn't have to worry about that. That's weird. That a farm can't have, unless let me guess, if you actually ran it as a farm and you were using it as a plow or to haul something, could that be an exemption to that? Laura says horses are expensive. You feed one and then shovel the other. You can't eat them. You can eat them. Yeah, you can eat them. People eat horses. Supposed to be sweet. Don't know. Never had horse. But now if you got space and you don't have to cart off the manure, you can compost it and then use it for fertilizer. Judy says, but they work the farm, I would think. Right, yeah. If you have an actual farm and you have a horse actually working the farm, even if most of the time you're just riding a saddle, it got to be able to have the horse. Seems to me that you could do that. Doesn't it seem about right? Now I get it. If you're on agricultural or farm land, and you're not really running a farm, but it's zoned that, and you get a discount for it, and then you get a horse and you don't do anything but ride it, yeah, I can see they might say that. I still think it's stupid. If you use them to round up cattle, you can have one. Yeah. Yeah, if you just tie it in there. Yeah, what I'd do is I'd get a garden, get a good garden, and have it just pull the cart, pull the cart when you're moving shit around. Yeah, I'd find a way. If you can afford the horse, I'd find a way to work it in and say, this is working equipment here. I'd do it. Well, like I said, it's all the property. Judy says, right, me too. Yeah, all the property I've looked at they're already set up for horses, so I don't even have to worry about that. I wouldn't have to worry about that. In a lot of places, that agriculture allows for a certain amount of things, but you can only add certain amount of buildings, and they all got to be for the purpose. In other words, you can't put like 5-6 houses on it and shit. And I don't know. It's rough to find really good cleared land here in New Hampshire. Gus says, haha, I bet we would all have had horse meat and never knew it. They grind them for burger. I don't know. Laurel says horses are big business here in Kentucky. Yeah, I thought you were Kentucky. Kentucky. Tend to be a bit different business than like out west. You guys do thoroughbreds a lot, right? Kentucky walkers and or thoroughbreds, racehorses, right? Kentucky Derby, something I've never been interested in. It's like, Kentucky Derby. Oh, but it's an event. It's horses. Yeah, it ain't. No. A lot of race horses. Yeah, and they're beautiful horses. It's a different. Somebody was talking online. We may have mentioned it in the show. They're talking. Oh, you want a good conservative gal? Find a gal that has a horse. And I was like, whoa, hold on there. Find a gal that has a quarter horse, a cutting horse. Laurel says, it's a 2-minute race. No, thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, and it's not real horse culture. It's rich culture. There's a difference. And I said, if your gal rides English and not Western, there's a good chance she ain't as conservative as you think she is. She might be, but there's a good chance that she's not. Get you a gal that rides Western. Then there's a good chance she's probably conservative. And the people were talking like, yeah, you're right. It was other equine gals. And they're like, yeah, you're right. There's a difference. There's definitely a culture difference between English riding and Western riding. And it's not just the horse. It's a mindset. It's a social thing. Again, you'll have some from the left that ride Western, and you'll have some on the right that ride English. But as a rule, yeah, yeah, you got a horse, you ride, yeah. What style you ride? English. Well, okay. Test the waters lightly. If they say, oh, I ride Western, chances are you just go ahead and talk. Go ahead. It'll be fine. Definitely a difference. Gus says, look it up. Canada supplies it mostly here. Are you talking about the horse meat? Gus is still stuck on horse meat. Look, I'm fine. I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you. Well, we were all over the place. But I think one thing that I think all of us were in agreement. Shovel front Western hats suck. I'm going to get in hate mail. Somebody's going to look at the Cowboy, and they're listening, and it's like, how dare him say that Shovel, he's not a real cowboy. He doesn't know. Yeah, sorry. Shovel fronts suck. They're ugly as hell. They are ugly as hell. I don't see how you can think that you are looking suave and debonair and do anything like that with a hat that looks like a flat tip shovel. I just don't get it. Whatever. That's whatever. They remind me of those ball caps that are 3 sizes too big that the boys wear over their ears, and they have a flat bill. That's what they remind me of. That's the Western version of it. There you go. I think the same about both of them. And I don't care what movie star and some famous rodeo guy you point out. Oh, he wears it and he's a badass. It looks like shit. It looks stupid. Sorry. That's like skin tight jeans on a cowboy. You know he ain't doing no cowboying. you can't do shit in skin tight jeans. Stop it. That's clubbing shit. You ain't doing no cowboying. You can't squat without making your boys scream. You're squishing yourself. You can't. People going, oh, the visuals. Yeah, I'm sorry. My jeans don't need to fit and feel like I'm wearing a damn G-string and I'm wearing Levi's. Like Levi's. I haven't worn Levi's in ages. I used to wear Lee's every once in a while. Yeah, no, I'm a Wrangler man. 5-star Wranglers. 36, 38. I'm still waiting for Wrangler to hear this. Wrangler, hey. Cowboy'd like some sponsorship. Yeah, try swinging that leg over the saddle. Yeah, not only that, yeah, you might be able to swing that leg over, but you're crushing everything, and then when you sit back down, holy crap. Stop it. That's not right. That's not right. Jacqueline says they need them hats because they're always shoveling so much. Yeah, they're shoveling something. Like Lord Almighty. Hey, we made it past 10. We're almost quarter after now. We did good. I thank y'all for joining the show. Next show is Sunday. Same time, same place. Folks joining the show or coming in later, if you like this sort of thing, if you'd like to help support any of the content, there's links in the description. You can make a one-time payment or you can set up a monthly payment. So you can buy me a drink or you can buy me a bottle. And just go ahead and follow the links and do it. And you can do it, like I said, single, set it up monthly payment. And you can stop anytime. That's fine. You think that I ain't upholding my end, and then by all means don't. But if you can't, I've got other ways you can help me. If you're on Facebook, just come on over, follow my content, share it, comment on it. Laurel says, good night all, sleep tight. Yes. Hey, you know what that's from? Good night, sleep tight. We talked about this. That's back when beds had ropes underneath the mattress, and the ropes would get loose. So you'd sag. So good night, sleep tight. Tighten is tightening the ropes. There you have it. Good night, sleep tight. Judy says, good night, y'all. Thank you for everything, Cowboy. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Good night, all, and have a great rest of the week. Stay warm, says Gus. Yes, stay warm. I got to check to make sure everything's okay outside before I call it a night. See you on Facebook bright and early. I'll be putting out more content. Same as there. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. I got to post up on how people can invite all their friends to follow my content there on Facebook. I was going to do that today. I forgot. Hey, I got Jackie taken care of, and I got Judy taken care of, and I got somebody else taken care of. There's three gals I got taken care of today for different things. Donna. Yeah. Donna, Jackie, and Judy. But again, thank you for the show, for coming to the show. If I forget all your names or whatever, hey, thanks a lot. Again, follow me on Facebook, and God bless and take care.